We're joined now exclusively with someone who knew Luigi Mangione. Hari Menon was a former classmate who knew him from the high school's robotics team. Hari, thank you so much for talking with us tonight. You've seen in the yearbook at the robotic competition with Luigi looking over his shoulder there. How would you describe him at that time?
That's a good question. He was like a super nice upperclassman, very competent. I don't think our club would have gotten very far without him. It was him and the other senior that were there that were kind of keeping the club together. He was super happy to help out, pretty goofy, and very smart. Probably my top things to say about him.
Mangione was valedictorian at your school, a couple of years older than you. Would you say that you and your other classmates looked up to him?
Yeah, I could definitely say that. Yeah, we definitely wanted to be as good at like coding for the robot and designing the robot as he was. So he was a person that I think a lot of people looked up to.
You also spoke with Luigi during his first year of college. Did he seem like the same guy that you'd known all along?
Yeah, it was pretty brief, but at that time, nothing really out of the ordinary. He was a pretty cool guy from what I remember before.
Have you heard from any other classmates who've seen him perhaps more recently or saw any signs, or would you say that your friends are all surprised?
I think it was a huge shock to everyone that I know. I remember the day the news broke, like I was getting texts from people who went to Gilman with me, people who didn't. Everyone was asking if I knew him. I think it was very unexpected for everyone involved to think that he would be involved in that.
When you first saw the photos of the suspect circulating, did you think this person looks familiar to me?
No, honestly, at the beginning, I had no idea. I mean, I didn't see any association at all initially, so not really.
What was your first reaction when you realized that he'd been arrested for this crime?
It was quite shocking. I mean, to be honest, everyone I know was completely caught off guard by that. And then, obviously there have been the memes and everything going everywhere. It's just been like a huge shock. I think everyone in Maryland, at least that I know, has been completely caught off guard.
How would you describe him? I mean, most of this country has a lot of intrigue really into who he is. Would you say he was kind of an introvert, extrovert? How would you explain him to people who've never met him?
He was someone who I think got along really well with like everybody. I think from high school, at least, because that was my last experience, I didn't know anybody who had anything bad to say about Luigi. He was always pretty funny, pretty carefree, and pretty smart as well. Like I didn't ever have anything I could come to him, like when we were in robotics, like there was nothing that he couldn't help out with. So he was just a person who I looked up to quite a bit, and he was a really cool guy at the time.
Hari Menon, we thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.